Lainey Wilson here's here at 92.5 XTU. Special thanks to our friends at DHY Motorsports, revved up for gift ideas for motorsports enthusiasts. It's the CMA Awards. Congratulations. What a fantastic year, Lainey. What a way to go.
It has been wild. It's been wild. I know the first time I met you was radio tour fall of 19. And I mean, I really don't think 2020 really even existed. I feel like time just like poof gone. So yes, a lot has happened in a year.
So from the time Things a Man Ought to Know hit number one, when did you first start jotting your notes down for that song and talk about that whole process? Because that was fantastic.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you very much. So my co-writer, Jason Nix and Jonathan Singleton, we went into the room that day. We just kind of were catching up, talking about life, kind of like we always do before we write music. And Jason was like, I've got this idea called Things a Man Ought to Know. I said, oh Lord, we're going to be here all night. Y'all go ahead, cancel your plans. But we really just were having fun about it. And of course we were joking around and talking about everything we thought a man ought to know. But we really got to talking about my childhood. And we started talking about, you know, things that my parents thought were essential things that I needed to know before I left the house. And you know, I moved up to Nashville in a camper trailer, and my daddy had me out in the front yard weaving in and out of the pine trees before I left, you know, to make sure I knew what I was doing. But I mean, I didn't really, I just kind of faked it. So
right.
It's crazy. But the song is not about those things. It's not about whether you can change a tire or start a fire or anything. You can YouTube all that stuff. The song is about treating people right. It's about the golden rule. And I think that's something that not just a man ought to know. I think that's something that we all need to know.
So from the first note taking to when it hit number one, what is that, a year, 2 years?
Yeah. So actually probably 3 because I put the song out in fall of 19 and then it went number one. Yes. So yeah, it had been out 2 years, but probably written 3.
So I know that when I jot some notes down and it's in an old notebook, it kind of goes away from my active mind.
Yep.
Is that the same way for a song? I know you perform it every night, but it like when you're performing it and you're hearing it on the radio and a DJ says, this is the new song from Lainey Wilson. You just like, oh, that old thing. You ever feel that?
Well, I'll tell you, for me, with Things a Man Ought to Know, like it truly is like who I am to my core, how I was raised, what I want to say, what I want to like keep on saying, what I stand for. So I don't know if I'll ever get used to it, honestly. But yes, I mean, I feel like with every single song that I write, I'm like, they're all my babies. Of course, you know, the cream rises to the top and you eventually get to the point where you know which ones that you need to record and the ones that need to go on the shelf forever. Right. So, but they're all my babies.
You told us a great story, and I shared this on the air once or twice when we saw you with Jason Aldean in the summer tour, and your song was at number 5. You were telling us a song about how you were used to ride on the tractor with your grandpa, and you'd listen to the country countdown on the radio.
Yep. Yeah. So
is your grandpa still around? Like, did he get to hear your song?
No, he's not around. He's not around, but I know he's heard it. I know he's heard it. It's crazy. I'm from a 5-6 generation farmers, and it was actually my dad. So anytime that I wanted to hang out with him, I mean, because he was always working sun up to sundown, I had to go get on the tractor with him. So I remember climbing up on the tractor on Sundays, listening to the countdown. And yeah, he called me, golly, several months back, and he said, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I was riding the tractor today and I heard your song on the countdown. And for me, that was a moment where I was like, oh my gosh, it really kind of put it into perspective for me. And I was like, I really am doing this thing. Yeah. And it's just cool that he was doing what he loves, listening to me doing what I love, you know?
That's amazing. Did now get into that story a little bit more. So did he stop the tractor? And
I'm sure he didn't. He's like, he's not that kind of man. He probably was just rolling on.
Yeah.
You know, I've never even seen my daddy cry. So,
oh boy.
But I have a feeling that if he does cry, it's probably on the tractor by himself. So
Oh,
I
that's
hope he
awesome.
cried like a baby.
Did he ever ask you to think about what you were doing? Like when you went to Nashville, did they ever go, "Are you sure? Like you sure
You
you wanna
know,
do
it's
this?"
crazy. It's crazy. My parents have never said, "What are you doing?" They've always been nothing but supportive. They helped me buy my camper trailer. They helped me move it to Nashville. Anything they could do to help me, like when I was little, and I'd sign up for all these competitions, and my daddy would pay for us to get there, and my mama would take me. So
Mhm.
it's been a team effort from the beginning, and
That's amazing.
I can't wait to be able to do something for them.
Well, I hope you can keep doing what you're doing. It was fantastic to be with you in 2021 and see all the great things for you. And we look forward to what's
Thank you, my
happening
friend.
coming up in the next year or so. Enjoy CMA week. It's great to have you on here and
Thank you, buddy.
have fun. See you
All
soon.
right. See ya.
All right. That's Lainey Wilson on 92.5 XTU.